How crazy can the wealthy get in their pursuit of immortality? Since we were children, society has been brainwashing us, saying that where money is, there is power. Until those top billionaires have earned more money than they could ever spend in a lifetime, and can buy everything they desire. But they find that they can never buy back a youthful body. So they suddenly feel that their lives are not perfect, no matter how ruthless they are in the business world. They are especially united in private because of a common hobby. That is, they are willing to spend a fortune together in search of the secret to eternal youth, and try to bribe the god of death with money. Mark Zuckerberg has set aside $3 billion, and founded CZ Biohub with his wife. He attempts to use artificial intelligence technology to control the disordered cells in the human body to help treat diseases and achieve the goal of immortality. Sam Altman, the father of ChatGPT, hasn't been idle either. In 2022, he invested $180 million in secret in a company called Retro Biosciences. He didn't give an interview to Bloomberg Businessweek until last year. He said that their main focus is on cell reprogramming technology, and they have already made breakthrough progress. In simple terms, it is to use combinations of proteins or molecules to transform aging biological cells into younger cells. This is also the most promising longevity technology recognized by the scientific community so far. So what do you think? How can Jeff Bezos, who desires to regain his youth the most, stand this? With such a great thing, how can you not share it with your peers? He directly invested $3 billion in Autodesk Labs, and also wants to study cell reprogramming. This made Elon Musk furious. It's one thing that you copy my SpaceX and sue me all the time, but now you want to mess with my buddy's longevity technology? He immediately went to Bezos' post and trolled him, and if it doesn't work, he's gonna sue death. Though Musk usually claims that he doesn't pursue longevity, his tough talk can't hide the fact that his body is very honest. After all, he looks much younger in recent years than he did 20 years ago. He must have used a lot of technology and some special tricks on himself. Moreover, on the other side, his Neuralink is also intensively researching brain-computer interface technology in an attempt to lead humanity towards digital immortality. However, all of these pale in comparison to the Silicon Valley billionaire Bryan Johnson. Bryan has become so radical that anti-aging has become the whole of his life. I believe you have all read this news. The 45-year-old Bryan exchanged blood with his 17-year-old son, hoping to reverse aging with young blood. They exchange 1 liter of blood each time, which is about 1/5 of the total blood in the human body. And he will do the same operation with his 70-year-old father. There is an internal circulation among 3 generations of the family, with the goal of creating a perpetual motion machine of life. But after doing this 6 times, Bryan and the medical team found that the blood exchange didn't seem to have any effect, so they announced the termination of it. However, this is just a part of the plan. After all, Bryan has hired 30 doctors and spends $2 million a year on his rejuvenation plan. There are more than 30,000 photos of his intestines alone in his phone. From the hair to the fingernails, the status of all 78 organs in his body must be monitored in real time. He uses himself as a guinea pig to establish a standard procedure for reversing aging. To this end, Bryan Johnson has started a day-in, day-out self-discipline that is almost like risking his life. For example, he gets up at 5:30 every morning without fail and weighs himself the first thing. Before breakfast, he swallows more than 20 health supplements, then undergoes light therapy and meditation, and rates his mental state. Then he exercises for at least an hour, and he also increases the training intensity for 3 days a week. In terms of diet, everything he eats is carefully proportioned according to scientific data, and he strictly intakes 1977 calories a day. To make things easier, he also blends the food prepared by his nutrition team into a green paste. Although it looks unappetizing to others, Bryan takes great pleasure in it. After all, he can no longer taste the food. As long as all the data meet the standards, that is his source of happiness, and he has no regrets about eating like this for a lifetime. And the amount of water he drinks every day is also fixed, and he can't have a single drop more or less. Of course, in order to regain his youthful appearance, Bryan's skincare routine is also quite strict. He applies 7 kinds of skincare products every day, rinses his mouth with tea oil after meals, and then applies antioxidant gel. He also has to hold an umbrella even when working indoors, and he has to undergo a 2-hour laser treatment before going to bed, leaving no chance for aging. After several years of devilish experiments, Bryan thinks he has finally reached the peak of his appearance. So he directly launched a vote online, asking netizens to see how handsome he is. As a result, more than half of the netizens think that he looked more normal and in the best state 6 years ago. Even more amusing is that in a global longevity Olympics, Bryan and a group of bigwigs were actually defeated by a 55-year-old ordinary person. This competition is about who can slow down their physiological age the fastest. And this woman only spent $105 a month and defeated the effects achieved by the billionaires who spent millions of dollars. When interviewed, she said that she didn't do anything special. She just goes to bed early and gets up early, controls her diet, eats more vegetables, and insists on exercising, and knows how to relax and adjust her mindset. So it seems that for now, there is no shortcut for us ordinary people to live a long life. After all, not everyone can be as willful as the old man Warren Buffett. He can have cola, hamburgers, and sometimes some peanut candy at 94 years old, still full of energy. I remember someone once asked Charlie Munger what his secret to happiness and longevity was. He said, "Don't be jealous, don't hold grudges, and don't overspend your income. Stay with people you trust and feel happy with, and do things you like." Everything he said is such old and cliched advice. But most people just don't want to follow it. I'm interpreting the world. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Please let me know in the comments section. Stay curious and see you next time.